I'm Emma from Amaze SENDIASS, and the question I'm going to be answering for you today is what to do if your child or young person is on a part-time timetable at school. A part-time timetable is when schools say that your child can only attend school for part of the school day, perhaps starting or finishing at lunchtime. But the law says all children are entitled to a full-time education and should be in school full-time. So if your school are saying that your child can't cope with a full day at school, you'll need to ask for a meeting with your SENCO and ask about the help and support that they're putting in place for your child, and you may need to ask for their needs to be assessed. There is a level of support at school that should be put in place for children to get some extra help and support, and this level of support is called SEN support, and there's more information about this level of support in our SENDIASS film called I'm Worried About My Child at School. If your child has an EHC plan, it may be that their needs have changed and the provision to support their needs needs to be reviewed. You can do this at the annual review. You don't have to wait for the annual review to come, you can call an early review to discuss these things with your school. So as we know, children should be in school full time, so if your school are sending your child home at lunchtime or they're only attending for 2 hours a day, then this is an unlawful exclusion. There are only two types of exclusion: a fixed period or temporary exclusion or a permanent exclusion. So a fixed period or temporary exclusion is when a pupil is formally and temporarily removed from school for a fixed period of time for disciplinary reasons. Schools should set and mark work for the first 5 days of the period the pupil is excluded for, and if the exclusion is longer than 5 school days, the school must arrange suitable full-time education. A permanent exclusion is when a pupil is removed from school permanently and their name is taken off the school roll. However, they must remain on the admissions register until the parents have been through or decline to go through the independent review process that they are entitled to request. In these cases, the relevant local authority must arrange full-time education for the pupil from the 6th day. The head teacher is the only person who has authority to issue an exclusion notice. Unofficial or informal exclusions are those that aren't formally recorded by the school. An example might be sending your child home for a cooling off period. It's worth noting that unofficial or informal exclusions are always unlawful, even if you or your young person are in agreement with the school. There may be some circumstances where you as parents and the school are in agreement that a part-time timetable is in the best interests of your child, and this will be for a specific reason and for a specified time. But you will have a clear plan of reintegration and a programme for your child to return to school full-time. Where a child is not well enough to attend school, then the local authority will provide home education, and this is called education other than at school. And this isn't to be confused with elective home education when you as a parent remove your child from the school roll. I've been Emma, and I hope this has been helpful for you. If you would like more personal support, or if you're concerned that your child is at risk of exclusion, follow the contacts on the card that comes up next.